Okay. Hi everyone. I'm sure some of you can see my screen now. Yes, I decided to share my screen so that you guys can all see what's going on. Hi, if you're just joining. So we are starting now, and I'm just going to go over to my PowerPoint slides so that we can start. So if you're just joining me, this is supposed to be our first webinar for travel to Europe, presented by me. If you have no idea who I am, hi, I'm called Flavine Tabe, and I'm going to be doing this alongside my partner, who is Ekane Ngale. He will have his own section to talk on. So if this is your first time knowing or seeing my face, hi, I'm sure some of you know me from YouTube. Some of you know me from my WhatsApp. Some of you heard about this webinar probably from a friend, a family member. So you're welcome. Please, if you're just joining, try as much as possible to put off your audio so that it doesn't disturb. And if you're not getting me, please indicate so that I don't talk too much. And then we're going to start with the agenda. This is our agenda. So we'll start with the word of prayer, and then we'll introduce who we are. That's introduction of instructors. And then we are going to welcome our participants, introduction to what we do, main presentation, and then there's a section for questions and answer, which is one of the most important sections, and then closing remarks. So this is what we will be doing here today. So I'm going to start with a prayer. I would have asked somebody to pray, but since for us not to waste a lot of time, I just want this to be like 1 hour 30 minutes max. So we're just going to go ahead and pray. So wherever you are, just join me in praying. Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for our lives. We thank you for the gifts of life. We bless your holy name. We thank you for gathering us now. We thank you for this meeting. We pray that whatsoever it is that we're going to discuss here, you're going to go ahead and start doing it for us. We only pray for positive remarks. We pray that whatsoever it is that we get from this meeting, we're going to apply it in our processes, and everything is going to go smoothly. Thank you for being in charge. Thank you for going ahead and doing it for us. We thank you for everything. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. So yeah, we are done with the prayer, and now is introduction of instructors. So oops, sorry about that. Okay, we're going now to introduction of instructors. So my name is Flavine Tabe. I'm an international student here in Belgium. I study Masters of Science in Management, but I did journalism and mass communication in my undergraduate studies, and I'll be doing this alongside my friend Ekane. He will introduce himself when it's his own time to talk. So yeah, that is basically it about me. There's nothing much. I have a YouTube channel where I like to share immigration content like this. I started from my YouTube, and then because I get a lot of these questions, so many people reach out to me and like, I want to do this, I don't know how to start. You know, all of these came from questions that I get from people like, I want to start, I want to come, how do I start, how do I go? And I know what it feels like, you know, wanting to start this thing and you know nothing, like you have no idea. I've been there. I get you really well. So when people ask me questions, at times they may feel like maybe I'm disturbing this girl, but trust you, if I don't respond, it's either I'm working, I'm tired, or there's something. But I understand you perfectly well, okay? And it's because of that, since I can't reach out to everybody, I can't respond to everybody, we decided to start this webinar so that we can just discuss, hear what you have in mind, like what are the things that are troubling you and all of that. So you're welcome. I don't know some of you personally, and I don't know where you're watching or listening from, but you're welcome. So that is the welcome part. And so introduction of what we do, basically my partner and I started this whole thing to help students who want, or just help people who want to travel abroad, be it in Europe, US, Canada, anywhere, that want to come and study in particular. We're not really touching the other sides of visiting visa and all of that. We like to deal with students. So we started this whole thing to help you guys, you know, maybe help you with admissions, help you with guidance for people who want to have a one-on-one chat with us. We help you with that. You know, for people who want to get admissions, you're interested in scholarship admission, be it for your undergraduate, masters, and maybe PhD, all of that. Okay, this is why we started this, to help those who have no idea, those who need guidance, those who want somebody to hold them by their hands and lead them into this thing. Okay, so yeah, that is why we started this whole thing. And so now we are going to the main presentation, which is where we'll be talking about a lot of things. Let me go to the next point. Okay, so basically I want to talk about what it entails to travel abroad. Now I like to talk on three major parts. Okay, first, you need to be mentally prepared when you want to travel abroad. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. I see some people say, please, I want to join. Is everybody not in? I think everybody is in, right? Let me ask my friend. Okay, so like I was saying, the first thing is you need to be mentally prepared. Mentally prepared as in, it may overwhelm you at times. It may overwhelm you, like when they start saying, get this document, get this one, rush to this place, get this one. You see, it's going to drain you. At one point in time, you'll be so tired and be like, which kind of suffering is this? And then it gets worse, you going up and down, being stressed, doing things, trying to meet deadlines, and then they don't give you the visa. That is where it always gets really, really tiring. It can suffocate you. At that point in time, you feel like everything is not working to your favor. Okay, so you have to be mentally prepared. You have to be ready for when it's time for you to rush here and get this thing. You're ready. Okay, you have to be okay if things are not going like you maybe apply to a school and the school is taking forever to respond to you. Your mind has to be mentally prepared for all of those things. Okay, you need to be prepared to get stressed. You need to prepare for all of those things. So that's what I mean by being mentally prepared. Like, prepare your mind already that I want to start this journey, I want to start this process. So anything that comes my way, I'm going to accept it, I'm going to deal with it, I won't let it overwhelm me. So that's what it means to be mentally prepared. And then the next very important one is documents are prepared. So I want to travel abroad. Okay, are your documents in check? We are going to talk much about documents later, okay, but I'm just talking about generally preparing your documents. Like, you know that you want to come and do an undergraduate studies. Okay, your higher secondary school certificates or whatever it is, are they in check? Are they okay? If they are missing, maybe you should go get them. If something is missing, maybe you should start preparing, putting everything together. Okay, we'll talk a lot about documents later. And then financially prepared, we are still going to talk about that one later, because that's another very important area. You want to travel abroad. Yay, I want to travel abroad. Nice. My dear, have you even saved something small? Have you saved something small? Now, this may not really weigh down on people who are from really rich backgrounds. You know, your parents are well-to-do, you have somebody who is ready to, you know, take up everything for you from the first to the last thing. This may not really apply to you. But then again, I'm talking to my my brother or my sister who is just average. You know, you just probably like me, you're just normal. You do not come from a very rich background, or you don't have a very ready and rich sponsor. You know, are you financially prepared? One thing I always tell people is that in this generation that we live in, if you want somebody to help you, you need to learn how to help yourself. Okay, like for example, you would not tell me that, oh, you have the plans and the goals and everything to travel abroad, and you cannot even save, even if it's 50,000 of your own, that if they say go and legalize this document, or go and photocopy this thing, or go and send this document, you cannot do it. You always have to depend on people. you're not ready. You're not ready, because at one point you're going to weigh people down. Okay, so let me use myself an example. When I wanted to start this thing, I was doing my little business in Douala, Cameroon. I was doing my little business, selling my things. And so when it comes to this document, I have it. When they say travel and get this document, I was ready. I had my money to pay my transportation, even go to places, pay where I need to rest for the night, get this document out and do everything. I did not really disturb people like that. Where I had to disturb people is when it came to very large documents, like, oh, the financial part. I know that my affidavit of support or whatever document that I need financially that needs a huge bank account. That's when I had to look for a family member to help me. You understand? So when you reach out to people and say, oh, I have an admission, but please, I need financial this, can you help me? That one is different. But when you start going to people and say, you help me and pay admission fee, help me and give me money to pay transport and go to my school and get this document, help me, please give me 100 francs or 1,000, let me go and photocopy, help, you overwhelm people. And this is another thing. I don't know if you guys are a little bit, maybe I might sound spiritual in this area, but when you want to start things like this, doing things alone helps a lot. Majority of the times where I realized when I wanted to travel and then I got a lot of people involved, it always ended south. I don't know if you are like me, like it just didn't work out. Like something goes wrong. When you work in silence, there's a lot that happens. Okay, I think I'm talking so much now about this part, but this is what I'm just saying. Okay, be financially prepared. You don't need to have all the money, but at least have small that is for you, that you can use it to run easy errands, easy errands around. You can easily do those things, so that even if somebody is helping you are giving them hope that, oh, this person is serious. When you just sit and you're waiting for somebody to do everything for you, it's like you're not ready to travel. So we're going to talk now about the documents required. So these are not all the documents, but these are the most important documents that are always required. So before you want to think about traveling abroad, is your passport valid? Now, for people who want to come and study maybe 1, 2, or 3 years, know that if you want to come and study something for 3 years, your passport should be able to be in such a way that it will expire maybe after 4 or 5 years. It should not be that it will expire before the 3 years, It's not good. They cannot stamp a visa on such a passport that will expire before you even finish your studies in that country. So your passport and your ID should be valid. Yep. The next thing is your school diploma. So for people who want to come and do undergraduate studies, your high school diploma should be valid. It should be available. If you're coming to do a master's, you should have your BSc degree. If you're coming to do PhD, maybe your master's, and any other school diploma that that will be needed. And then for language test, we will talk about IELTS, we'll talk about TOEFL, we'll talk about DELF, and any university attestation. Okay, so if, for example, you're coming to do an English program, you need maybe IELTS or TOEFL. And let me talk about IELTS and TOEFL. Okay, these are very important language tests that you need. These certifications are very important. If you can write them, it is very good. And I always beg people, try and get like from 7 upwards. If you can get 6.5 is good, because majority of the courses always ask from 6.5. 6 is like a good mark, but at one point that when you check majority of the courses, they will always ask for from 6.5. So if you have plans of writing IELTS, please, I beg you in the name of God, please try and get from 6.5. okay, it gives you an upper edge in looking for courses and all of that. And so TOEFL, and the one that I know about is DELF and DELF for francophones. And then university attestation, there are some programs like my program, Masters in Management in Vrouwstraat, Brussels. They ask for English proficiency. So even if you have English proficiency and you don't have IELTS, there's a high possibility that you can still do the course. So if you come from an English taught university, I'm very sure that majority of them offer you a university attestation or anything that can prove that you did your course in that particular language. And the next thing is your CV, your curriculum vitae. Okay, this is, I'm sure a lot of you know how to come up with a CV. If you don't know how to come up with a CV, this is why we are here. Okay, and motivation letter, I'm sure if you've watched my videos, I talk about it's just basically trying to give them reasons why they should give you an admission, or why you want to do that course, or how beneficial that course is to you. You know, just sweet talking these people to make them understand that I need this thing is important for me because of this. It will help me in this area of my life and all of that good stuff. And then the next things that we need are the reference letters. So it's not required for all programs, but majority of the programs always ask for reference letters. Okay, so you can get them from your school. I said in a video before that you should be in good faith with either your lecturers, your former lecturers, but I don't think that's really the case. Okay, you can always go back to your school to get reference letters. There are some courses that may need you to get a professional reference letter. Maybe that is from what you were doing. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is work experience. Okay, so if you have any work experience, but I doubt a lot of schools don't ask for work experience. Work experience is very important when you're applying for your student visa. Okay, the white man likes to have an understanding that, oh, maybe when she and this applies to people who have been in school and then you graduate and then you have to wait for like a long while before. Okay, take me for example. I graduated in 2017 and then I started applying for my visa in 2020, so I have like 3 years empty, like no degree, and I did not do any master. So my work experience was just to inform the white man that this girl was not just lazing around in Cameroon, she was doing something, you understand. But if you're just a fresh graduate from, let's say, the university, you just had your BSc degree and boom, you just apply, I don't think that work experience really matters to you. Okay, if the dates match, yes. And then another thing I want to talk about is translation of documents. So let's say that you come from a university that speaks English and you want to go and do a course in French. Maybe you will need to translate your document, but it doesn't really work like that. Not everybody needs to translate documents, and translation of documents varies from country to country. So let's say that you want to come to Belgium. They speak French, they speak English, they speak German, they speak Dutch. So I don't think that you need to translate your documents if you're coming to a place like Belgium. So if, let's say, you graduated from a university that speaks French and you want to come and do an English program and you're scared that maybe you need to translate your documents, it's not always the case, because that particular country has its languages that are approved, or how can I put it, like their national languages. So for example, my sister, she graduated from the University of Chang, and then I thought that we have to translate her documents to English so that we can get her an English third program, but it proved that we don't need to, because Belgium they speak French here. Okay, so if you know French, hooray, you already have a small advantage. So they speak French here, so there was no need. French is an official language, so there was no need for us to translate documents, but it's just for you to check. So in which country do you want to go to? Is the language that you did your course necessary? Do you need any translation of documents? Yeah, that's basically it for documents required. But there are more documents, okay, depending on the course that you want to go and study. Some courses will need you to send these documents via post. Some courses will ask for more documents. So it's just left to you what you want to study, and you check the document requirements. But these are mostly, like, mainly the how can I say it, these are the most demanded, or let me say the general documents that are required for so many courses. Okay, and we're going to the next course now, which is schools and courses. So when you want to apply to a school and a particular course, what is your educational background? So let's say maybe you have just a high school a high school certificate, you have a BSc, you have a master's. What is your educational background? What did you study, and at what level did you end? What do you want to study abroad? Is it a BSc, a master's, a PhD? Where do you want to study abroad? So this is where the knowledge of the country and career opportunities for the chosen course. So if you watch me on YouTube, I always say that a lot of people, when they want to choose a course, they'll say, I want to go with my passion, or I'm passionate about fashion, I'm passionate about this and all that good stuff. Okay, ladies will be like, oh, I like journalism. There's no problem, auntie. You like journalism, you like fashion, good career, good things. But then you're asking yourself, if you want to come to a country like Belgium, is that really a career that sells? That is what you need to ask yourself. Is that really a career that will give me, maybe will give me a push into the job market? You need to ask yourself. Now, for a country like Belgium, a lot of things that sell, you have transport and logistics, you have IT, you have marketing, you have data analyst, a lot of things. Aside from, I realized that journalism does not sell, so there was no way that I could come back here to start doing journalism, plus a language barrier. I'm not really fluent in Dutch. So when you are choosing a course, you need to first of all know that which country do I want to go to. If you want to go to Canada, okay, what are the things in Canada that sells? So let's say that these things sell. So this course that I'm going to do, is it going to push me into the job market quickly? Do I have an advantage or something? So that is a decision that you need to take. And then if you're facing difficulties with choosing this, that is why we are here to guide you. Okay, that is why I and my partner are dedicated to choosing the right thing for you, giving you the right orientation, letting you understand that, okay, this is the thing that you need to do. Even though you did this thing in your BSc, you can still do this kind of thing for your masters. Okay, you must not always do the same thing. And for people who want to switch, like you want to switch, for example, I who had to switch from journalism to management, that's a big switch. These are two different things, even though they fall under social sciences. But then we are here to guide you and tell you that, okay, this is the thing that is good, this is the course that is good, this one will be good for you because it's cheaper. Because this is another thing, when you don't know this thing, you can be very angry like me. For example, I didn't know that my management course that I'm doing in my school now is very expensive. It's 4,000 euros. That's millions if you have to convert that money to your currency in Africa. Okay, it's very, 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 very expensive. And then I had to realize that this same management course is in another school far cheaper, like 3 times cheaper. And I'm like, oh my god, how did I not see this? So this is why we are here, to help you not to make those mistakes. Imagine me, I'm paying 4,000 euros. I am crying, I'm paying this money. Meanwhile, there's this same course in another school just for 900 euros. Do you see the big difference? So yeah, so that's why we are here. We are going to help you like choose the right school, tell you where you want to live. You want to come to Belgium, we can guide you and say, come to this school so that you can live in this particular area, because there are jobs here, there are no jobs here, there are jobs there. We can easily guide you so that some of these mistakes that we made, you will not have to do them. Okay. And the next one is scholarship opportunities. So this is where I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to leave it here so that my partner can take it from here. Let me put off my screen, and I'm going to let my partner Ekane talk now, and he's going to explain it better, because this is he's good in this field. He knows how to ginger you guys in this area. So
Let me off my camera.
Elvis, you're on now, you can talk.
Yeah, of course. Okay, greetings everyone. I am Elvis Sikane. I'm master student, transportation science in Belgium here. So I'll be talking to you about the scholarship opportunity in Europe. So in Europe, there are a lot of scholarship opportunities in Europe, but it all depends on the country, the universities. They have different systems that you could apply to. Some Europe and some governments have their own specific scholarships as well. And to yourself, that means you apply for a program and then you apply for the scholarship at the same time. While for others, you have to apply separately. That mostly occurs maybe in areas like Canada and US, for example, but mostly in Europe here, once you apply for a program, you can apply for scholarship. But not all programs are funded, or not all programs have scholarships. There are some programs that don't have scholarship, but you could apply for external scholarship to fund the program that you want to do, be it for masters or for PhDs. So that's basically the general idea about the scholarships in Europe. But the most important thing is to first of all get your admission. Once as you get your admission, you can easily apply for a scholarship. But the requirements are also tough because you need to have a GPA of at least 3.5 over 4, or if you have the grading scale of 20, you maybe have at least 15 on 20 to make you really, really competitive. So the process is really competitive, and for you to get it, you must put up a strong application, either maybe through your work experience. If you have a low GPA or a low study results, you can supplement it by maybe your work experience or maybe other courses that you have done online or maybe physically. So they could also boost your chances of having it. Also, it depends on your motivation. Somebody can have a 3.5 GPA and you have a 2 GPA, but the motivation that you put off is more valid or more important than the one that was put forth by someone with a 3.5 GPA. So that's basically all for the scholarships opportunities. So in case you need more information, you can contact us directly privately and we could share more with you depending on your case because it's actually case specific. So that's basically all.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And then he made a very important point where he said your GPA matters. So please, if you're still doing your undergraduate studies and you feel like you want to come and do masters, please work on your GPA, because with a good GPA, with a good score in your language test, it just makes it very easy for you to get admissions and all of that. Okay, so now we are moving to the finance part, which is one of the most important areas right now. So I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I want to travel, I want to come, but I don't know what to do, I don't know how to. Then to finance your study abroad, you need a bank statement. Excuse me. So for people who have money, you have a lot of money in your bank, or your father has a lot of money in a bank, okay, they can get a bank statement for you and to prove that they are going to fund your studies and all of that. But then again, for people who don't have money, you know, for middle class citizens that don't have money, this is where affidavit of support comes in. Okay, it is recommend. This is the one that we recommend a lot. A lot of people use it. Okay, affidavit of support is basically a document showing that you have a guarantor, somebody is willing to stand and fill in the gap and is taking the responsibility that, oh, I'm going to sponsor this person for maybe their 1 year or your 2 years or your 3 years of studying in this particular country. Okay, so you can get an affidavit for maybe somebody in Europe, any European country, US, Canada, depending on you, who the person is to you. And please, before you get an affidavit, there are so many guidelines to getting an affidavit of support that is online. We can always share letter with you guys, you know, on how much the person is supposed to have in their account, how much they make monthly. Because I had a question from somebody this afternoon asking me that, oh, he was reading on the website and it shows that the person needs, like, I'm sure 1,600, I don't know if it's 16 euros, and it's like, that's too expensive, that's too much for somebody who is working in Nigeria. And I just told him the clear thing. I said, see, it's going to be very, very difficult for somebody in Nigeria to do that thing for you. So if there's a way that you have any family member, maybe in Europe, US, just let them do it for you. Okay, that's the most important thing that I can tell you now, because that person in Nigeria is going to be very difficult for them to get that particular amount to give you. So affidavit of support is very, very important. Now for people who say, Flavine, you are saying that we should get people in Europe, but then I don't have anybody, so how am I going to do? And then you know that you have the money, we can always help you out. That is why we are here. We can always get you that affidavit of support. Okay, of course, for a fee, we are going to charge for it, because we are going to now look for people in these countries that are working, that their bank accounts are good, you know, they earn well. At the end of the month, we need to look for such people to help you. So don't panic and say, wahala deo, nah, I don't have somebody, I don't have any family member, I don't have anybody abroad, so how am I going to get an affidavit of support? that is okay. Like I said, we can always help you out. That is why we are here. We can give you an affidavit of support, okay? You just need to reach out to us and explain, and yeah. And let's just hit a little bit about the standard of living, okay? And I like to talk about the country where I am in, which is Belgium. But if you have any questions regarding what's that, regarding maybe US or any other place, we can still help you out. So when you're going to a country, you need to check the cost of living, the bills, school fees, for the course. Me, I did not check school fees. Look at how I'm regretting now, because I'm doing a course of, like I said, 4,000 euros. Meanwhile, there's another course that is cheaper than that. And then when you're going to a new country, please live within your means. So I know that there is this temptation that you come abroad and you want to flex. You want to go to JD Sports and buy the latest shoes. You want to go to Nike and buy the latest shoes. And please live within your means. And then there's the issue of accommodation, okay? There's the issue of accommodation. And where am I going to live? Do I have somebody in that country? This is very important for people who want to travel for the first time, and you're coming like, I just want to go. You need to ask yourself the question, do I have somebody in that country that will pick me up? Because there's one thing about having a visa and another thing about getting here and sorting yourself out. If you can get if your school can provide accommodation, good. If you have a family or somebody that can pick you up and keep you for like the first few months, good. If there is a way that you have a friend here that can help you and maybe look for you a student room or something, good, because accommodation is very, very important. You don't want to come and be stranded at the airport. If you go and stand at the airport and you are roaming, they will send you back to your homeland, and your homeland will welcome you back. So accommodation is another very important thing that you need to sort out with. That is why we are here, because some of you have nobody here. So we can always help you out with all of those things, okay? And then somebody may be asking, like, cost of living, is it worth it? Can I do it? Let me tell you the truth, that you can do it. If you come to a place like, let's say, Belgium, okay, you can actually do it here. You can have your little room. I don't want to talk too much about this, because these are things that if you pay for like the one-on-one, I can really open up, you understand? Like somebody who has been here, I can open up. But let me just throw a little light on this, okay? You can actually be here, maybe get your room for 250 euros, 300 euros and all of that. And you can still do it. You pay. Those things have include all your water and everything. And then you can work, help yourself out, pay your fees. Yes, you can actually come here, hustle and pay your fees, and you are going to be okay. The standard of living when you come from the beginning may be tough. I'm not going to lie. It's gonna be tough a bit, okay? But trust me, you can do it if you live within your means. This is why this point comes in. Live within your means. Just forget about any show thing or any slaying thing. You can slay from your second year. Just know that your first year is your sacrifice year. And yeah, so we have come to the part that I wanted to let it go from here, which is the question and answer, okay? This is where you guys can now come in. If you have any questions, I see some people were already asking questions. So if you have questions, this is the perfect time to ask. Who has a question? I saw somebody's question here, and I'm just going to...
Yeah, I do have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, foremost, let me extend my special thanks and appreciation to you for organizing such a unique webinar, most especially as a means of helping your fellow young colleagues
Yeah.
to obtain quality education. However, my question to you is in relation to doing a master's degree in probably a country that is not English oriented.
Okay.
So, like a case study could be a Belgian,
Mm-hmm.
because at times most of these guys who are into all of these agent and business and helping people out, I'm not always 100% straight in dealing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've heard rumors that at times, even when it says English taught, when you go there, it becomes so difficult. You have to learn the language of the people before you can even start schooling. So I don't know how you can provide clarification in that.
Okay, so let me talk on that. Okay, Belgium, um their official language is not even Dutch, but you'll be surprised to see that a lot of people speak the Dutch here. So let me just give you survival advice. I'm here and I've not even started my Dutch lessons yet. I need to start doing it, but in this 2022, because I realized that it limits me a lot. Okay, there are opportunities that I see, but when I apply, they will ask me the first question: do you speak Dutch? When I say no, they say, oh no, we are sorry, we are looking for somebody that speaks Dutch. See, if you know French and English, you're already fine, first of all. And even though Belgium, here in Belgium, and even though, oh, I'm sorry, did I say that the official language is not Dutch? No, 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 the official language in Belgium is Dutch. Oh, please, I'm sorry. But then again, what I'm saying is that even if you don't know Dutch, right, even if you don't know Dutch, please, you are still going to make it. There are programs taught in English. My program is being taught in English. How can you say that there is what am I even, how can I even put it? I'm trying to put it nicely. Okay, you say that there are agents that will lie to you and say that, oh, this thing is in English, meanwhile it's not in English. See, if this is why you need to do your own small research, even if you are working with an agent. Okay, if somebody tells you that this program is an English taught program, at least just check, just open Google and just check and see that, is this thing really being taught in English? You understand now? Yes, but I'm not sure that I'm going to, why will I tell you that this program is in English and then you come and bother yourself and then realize that it's not in English? It's spoiling my own business at the end of the day, right? So with the language barrier, the most important thing that I always say, that when you get here, just try and enroll in some Dutch lessons so that you are not left behind. That's just it. Just try and enroll, but you will still find jobs in English. Okay, you find jobs in English. There are programs in English, so don't be scared. There are programs. If you learn Dutch and you know how to speak Dutch, it's just an advantage for you, which means that you can work anywhere. You can communicate. You can communicate with your co-workers. You can read, documents in Dutch and all of that. So it's an added advantage. In Belgium, there are English taught programs. There are English taught programs in VUB. There are English taught programs in University of Hasselt. There are English taught programs in many universities, so you don't have to be scared. I see another question here. Somebody said, is it possible to do masters which isn't related to your BSc? Yes, you can. I did journalism in my undergraduate studies and now I'm doing masters in management. You can do it. Okay, just check the requirements and see if you meet the requirements and you don't have any other problem. Another one says, thank you, mom, for your time. Please, I have difficulties getting into the School of Public Health Department at ULB. Okay, I think I saw this question. When I go online, no spacing for that program. Okay, let me let Elvis maybe help you out with this. Elvis, can you help with this question?
Yeah, is the program existing in the department?
That's the question. Is it existing in the department?
Because some programs, you might have some programs that you want to study, but they don't actually exist here.
Because
so maybe they could still be a component of another program, because there are a lot of programs here that they are a combination of the degrees that we have. For example, you might have a degree in something from Africa, but that degree is a component of another program here in Europe. So you must not necessarily see the same thing that you did. That's why they always ask you that you must have maybe an academic bachelor's degree. They don't, no matter the field, you can still switch, provided that you can give a good motivation why you want to leave this particular field to the next field.
So if you're checking in ULB to study public health and you are not seeing anything, probably maybe it's not there. Okay, just check for another course or check for something different. If you cannot find it, probably it's not there. Or see, this is another thing too. I have a friend, which I'm trying to, guide. And every time she will come back and say, oh, I'm not seeing this thing, I'm not seeing the space for this. Meanwhile, it's there. You are not just checking the website well. Are you sure that you have really browsed through everything to see? And if you cannot get it, that is why we are here. Let us take the job away from, let's take the burden and the stress away from you and help you do it for you. Okay, so if you are trying to get into public health and you don't see the thing in ULB, maybe you should check another school. Check KU Live and check another school. Maybe they may be offering that thing that you want to do. Okay, so don't only base your mind on ULB. What about other schools? And maybe other schools are offering that same course for you. So don't only.
But are you a French speaker? The person that asked the question, is she
I don't
a French
even know
speaker?
if that be. I don't know why. Maybe
Because
she
public health in ULB is French. It's a French master's program. That's what I'm asking.
You see. Oh, the
If you are
person
an
said English
it
speaker.
means you need French proficiency to do it.
Yeah. So which means that you need to either write DELF or DAF, and that is a very long journey for you. So if you know that you are willing to take the stress to write that French exam, go ahead then. But if you know that you cannot do it, just look for something else. If you are really passionate about science and all of that, look for something else that is in relation with that. Another person says, do you need to have proof of funds or a bank statement in order to be given a visa? Yes, so that's the most important. You need it. I thought you were even going to ask that before you are given granted admission. Yes, you need it for the visa. If you don't have it, you will not have the visa. You need to make them understand that I'm coming to this country not just to come and be going up and down, but there is somebody that can fund my studies now. How are you going to prove to them that you will be able to pay your lifestyle here, pay your school fees and all of that? You need it. It's very important. If yes, what is the minimum amount? What's really the minimum amount? Because I saw
the minimum amount is 8,000 euros per year. That's if you want to do it yourself. So you must put 8,000 euros in an account.
So 8,000 euros. Do they make up to 8,000 euros per year?
So if you don't have 8,000 euros, then you need to get an affidavit, which is highly recommended.
Yes.
Because it's easier for you.
Affidavit of support is highly recommended. So you can get that. Oh, that person I was asking about UAB said, I studied in French at UCAC.
If you studied in French and you have your certificate which was issued by the French institution, then you don't have a problem.
No, you don't have a problem. You can go ahead.
It means that you're already proficient in French.
Yeah.
So you can do it.
When you said English speaker, I thought that maybe that you did your
You don't know
program.
French.
Yes.
So it's possible for you.
If you studied in French, you are good to go. You are very good to go. So which other the next question is, do the schools in Belgium charge application fees? They charge
some of them charge application fee, ranging from 50 euros to 75 euros.
Yeah, so it depends on the school, the course. It's not something you can generalize and say yes or no. There are some people that ask for 50 euros, like for my course they ask 50 euros. So it depends on what you want to go and do. And yeah.
And even the schools that charge application fee, they still have exemptions. Like for example, someone who has stayed in Belgium for more than 3 years or from 3 years and above is exempted from the application fee.
Yes. Do we have other questions? Do you have any other doubts? Any other thing that you need help with? If you want to ask a question and you cannot type, you can just put off your mic.
You can put your microphone on and ask.
Just put on your mic and ask.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I was asking, for those of us who have done professional course, a professional course in accounting, like me, I've done CPA, which is Certified Public Account.
Okay.
Is it eligible over there? because it takes time for you to finish the CPA. And I was currently now enrolling there is an exemption you are given when you want to do the bachelor's. You do it with the bachelor's in 1 year.
Okay.
But till now, I have not managed to do it because of the hiccups of COVID and all that. No, from your end, I'm hearing that for you to come, you need to have the bachelor's for you now to do master's. Don't they have an option where you have certificates on professional course? So then now you can continue over there. I don't know. I needed an advice from you.
How many years was the professional certificate?
It's usually 4.
4 years. So do you already have it?
Yeah, I do have the professional certificate.
And is it equivalent to a bachelor's degree?
Sorry?
Is it equivalent to a bachelor's degree?
Yeah, it's equivalent. But now, for you to enroll to a bachelor's degree in our universities here, you are given exemptions, 3 years exempt.
Yeah.
Then you do the bachelor's in 1 year. But when it comes to work, I have like some years of experience.
Yeah.
When it comes to work, you can work as the same way as someone who has the degree can work. Like they don't say that because you don't have a degree you won't get such as a job, because you don't have a professional course you won't get a certain job. You are enrolled in the same position. Yeah,
it's possible for some programs, but you need to do preparatory course, a preparatory course before you can actually do the program.
Preparatory course.
Yeah, you have to do a preparatory program to prepare you for the course. Then the next year now you start doing the course properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is accounting still taught there in English, or can I change?
It's not actually accounting per se, but courses related to accounting.
It could be like business management?
Yeah, it could be business management.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Okay, thank you. And then roughly how much can someone use from admission and all that, so that now you can like complete the whole process?
It depends. Since I think you are from Rwanda,
Kenya.
Right? Kenya, okay.
No, I'm from Kenya, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it depends. It's subjective. It depends on your country. We don't know how they process things in your country, so it depends on you. Can easily estimate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have the next question is, please, how much can we spend getting all these documents together before admission process from Cameroon? I have a very detailed video on YouTube where I broke down everything, okay? But to get admission, how much can we spend getting all these documents together before admission process? Elvis, wait, these documents, they are documents that you have already. Now you just need to scan.
Have your certificate.
Yes.
You just need to assemble them.
You are not spending much money. Except that you
already have the certificates.
Except that you want to tell me that you don't have a passport, then you need to go and do your passport. That one is different. But the admission process generally, I don't think you spend a lot of money. You already have these documents at home with you. All you need to do is just scan them and keep them, and then when it's time to apply, you forward them to the portal or wherever you need to send them to. So it's not like you really need much money like that. It's easier. You can ask me that for the visa process, and then I'll say that okay, that's where you need money. You need money for medicals, money for this, money for that. That one is different. But admission process, you don't even need much money. Any other question? If you have other questions, so that we trash them and we can end this call. We can end. Do we have any other question, any other thing that you're not sure about or that you're doubting? Let me know.
Oh yes, I forgot something, sorry.
Okay.
I was asking, when you Google like schools in Belgium, application in Belgium.
Yeah.
When you Google, you get a lot of what do you call searches. The results are so many. No, the question is it possible you share with us a link where you can use to.
We didn't really get the last part where the voice was fading.
Oh, sorry, you can
Uh-huh.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct.
When you Google like schools in Belgium and all that and the admission
Yeah,
process,
Yeah.
hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
we
I
are
can
getting
hear you.
you now.
Okay, the searches from Google brings a lot of information. I was inquiring, kindly requesting if you can be able to share with us a link where we can be able to get the schools.
A
Actually,
link.
there's no particular link
That's what I wanted
that
to
could
see.
give you
The
all of these
schools.
schools. So in case
Oh,
the only thing is that maybe later you could ask for a private session, and then depending on your situation or your case,
Yes.
and then we can tell you what to do or which programs are best for you at the schools so that you
Yeah,
can
we
how do
apply
you
for them
apply them?
through the
um
school.
you apply online. Now with COVID, majority of the things are online.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I still search. I was searching and I saw a lot of like the results there from Google. There were a lot.
No,
Then it confused me on which one to
yeah,
choose.
when you're checking, like if you say masters programs in Belgium, oh my god, it's going to be something else on Google. But then again, if you
Yeah.
know the names of the schools, maybe you can go now to their official websites and then check. But
Oh,
if you are confused totally, that's why we are here to help and guide you.
okay. Sawa, basi,
Yeah,
no problem. Thank you.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
um if there is no other question, oh my god, how I wish that all these people on YouTube and people that come to my IG, they can be here to ask all their questions, because it's very difficult at times for me texting and writing everybody. But then again, I don't know, maybe we can end here. Elvis, or is there any other thing you
Yeah,
want to add?
no, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Do you have any other concerns, anyone? If you don't have concerns, and then I think this is the part where we end. Like I was saying, you can connect with us. So these are our emails. You can either get to us via this email or this email, or if you're not the kind of person that likes to talk via email, you can get to us on Instagram if you're versed with Instagram. And then you can always check me out on YouTube. This is my YouTube name, Flavine Tabe. There you are going to see me. You see all the videos that I make. I talk on the documents, I talk on how to prepare, I talk on how to even apply for the visa, all of that. Okay, so you can always book for an individual session and trust us with your file. Okay, this is why we are here. Let us take the burden away from you. If you are seeing so many schools and you are confused, if you want to study and you don't even know what to study, you don't know how to go about, you don't know how to choose a course, you don't know if switching from your BSc course to the master course is going to cost you a lot, let us help you out with that. Okay, so you can connect with us either via email or Instagram. I'm just going to leave this screen for a while so that maybe you can copy or you can screen record or anything, and you can always get to us and we will help you with that. Okay, a lot of you guys don't even ask questions about visa. I don't know if it's that you are really very okay with the visa process, you know a lot already, because we are just asking about school. This whole thing, we were supposed to also talk about the visa part, you know how to apply for your visa, but it looks like a lot of people know already about that. So if you have an idea, you want to still know more, this is why we are here. Okay, we can guide you even with the visa process and all of that. So thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for being here. We really hope that we can have more like this so that we can discuss, you know, individual topics. Maybe just take a day and break down the financial aspect and everything. Thank you guys so much. Elvis, any other thing?
No, I think nothing more. I think most of them are concerned about admission fences. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
It's good to have the admission first, and then the other steps will come later.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for participating, and we'll connect to you guys, I guess, later. So bye, good night.